When Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann and 4 other GOP House members recently called for an investigation of Muslim Brotherhood infiltration in the U.S. government, they were widely criticized, even by some Republican colleagues. Yet documents captured by the FBI clearly show Muslim Brotherhood activity in the United States. For example, Egypt's new president, Mohamed Morsi, reportedly joined the group while studying at Southern Cal in the late 1970s and early 80s. The Brotherhood's roots in the West, however, begin much earlier. This is the birthplace of radical Islam in the West. It was here, at the Islamic Center of Munich, that the Muslim Brotherhood first established a presence in the West and spread its tentacles throughout Europe and the United States.
It was a refuge for senior key Brotherhood people. The board of directors was a who's who of radical Islam people from Pakistan, Egypt, Syria, North Africa, and of course Europe.
Ian Johnson, Pulitzer Prize-winning author of A Mosque in Munich, says the U.S. and West Germany initially supported the mosque as a buffer against Soviet communism. It soon became much more than that.
It wasn't a local mosque for local Muslims. It was a political entity that was trying to organize political Islam around the world.
And with the help of money from Saudi Arabia, the Brotherhood moved beyond Munich to begin establishing mosques throughout Europe and America.
People who were key members of the Mosque in Munich moved to the United States and helped set up organized Islam there as well.
CBN News recently sat down with 2 Muslim leaders in Europe with ties to the Brotherhood for their insight on how the group operates. Ibrahim El-Zayat has been closely involved with various Islamist organizations in Germany, while Anas al-Takriti heads up the Cordoba Foundation in Great Britain. Al-Takriti's father, Osama, is the former leader of the Muslim Brotherhood in Iraq.
You've been close to the Brotherhood movement, meeting with leaders, etc., as you said. How does the Brotherhood operate? Is the Brotherhood monolithic?
This myth of the global network, where there's one hub, possibly in Cairo or elsewhere sometimes it's claimed, you know, where every single command, every single decision, every single move is orchestrated, is planned. It's not only a myth, it's a fantastical myth. The local Muslim Brotherhood movements in the various countries, they're extremely contextualized. They're very, very local thinking.
In 2008, David Cameron, who went on to become Britain's prime minister, called the Cordoba Foundation a front for the Muslim Brotherhood. Al-Takriti denies the charge.
The Cordoba Foundation isn't a front for the Muslim Brotherhood. We're an independent organization. My links to the Muslim Brotherhood are extremely well known. They're on 2 fronts. First of all, I'm the son of Osama al-Takriti. Osama al-Takriti was, for many, many years, the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Ibrahim El-Zayat has faced similar charges of Brotherhood involvement. In 2005, a German parliamentarian called him a functionary of the Muslim Brotherhood, a claim also leveled by the Egyptian government under Hosni Mubarak. El-Zayat denies the connection, but praises the Brotherhood as an Islamic reform movement.
I think what is special about the Muslim Brotherhood in the end, and it's not only the Muslim Brotherhood, it is what you could describe as a thought that is combining Islam with modern life.
Al-Takriti agreed, telling CBN the Brotherhood's intentions in Egypt and elsewhere are non-violent and consistent with modern societies.
None of the leading figures of the Muslim Brotherhood has actually come out and said, this is our plan for Egypt to turn into Islam.
Yet that's exactly what happened in May, when Egyptian President Morsi told an audience at Cairo University, "The Quran is our constitution, the Prophet is our leader, jihad is our path, and death in the name of Allah is our goal. Today we can establish Sharia law because our nation will acquire well-being only with Islam and Sharia. The Muslim Brothers and the Freedom and Justice Party will be the conductors of these goals." Another long-stated goal of the Brotherhood has been the return of the Islamic Caliphate, a union of all Muslim nations under one ruler.
I don't think at all that anybody within the leadership of the Muslim Brotherhood is thinking of caliphate like this.
That wasn't the message, however, at a May rally in Cairo, when a Brotherhood cleric introduced Egyptian President Morsi like this.
عاصمة الخلافة ستكون عاصمة الولايات المتحدة العربية هي القدس إن شاء الله.
El-Zayat told CBN News that Islamic nations should seek to gain more influence through the UN and other international bodies. He worked towards that agenda for years as part of the Federation of Islamic Organizations in Europe, widely considered as the Muslim Brotherhood's European lobbying arm. CBN News visited the group's headquarters in a rundown neighborhood of Brussels, only to be told that no one from the organization was there who could talk to us. It's another piece of the Brotherhood's often murky puzzle.
People who are close to the Brotherhood will often say, I'm not a member of the Brotherhood, and technically they're correct, because it's more like an ideological universe. It's a group of people who have similar ideas and thoughts.
Al-Takridi is one who strives for those goals. He regularly meets with U.S. and European officials, calling on them to embrace the Brotherhood as a counterweight to al-Qaeda.
I think it's a very, very valid strategy. I think it'll work, and I think it'll be in our best interest.
But Johnson warns that Western governments should steer clear of the Brotherhood.
It's true that not all Muslim brothers are terrorists, but all terrorists pretty much started by reading the works of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Here in the U.S., the Obama administration seems to have adopted al-Takridi's view. It hosted a Muslim Brotherhood delegation from Egypt in April, and Morsi is scheduled for a White House meeting next month with President Obama. Eric Stackelbeck, CBN News, reporting from London, Brussels, and Cologne.